Good morning, all of you. Myself, Dr. Ahilya Vitthal Wakmade, working as an assistant professor in Sadhguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad. Dear students, we are going to study the classification of meristem. In the last lecture, we have seen what is meant by tissue. As you know that the tissues in the plant body can be divided into two categories, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. So what is the role of the tissues in plant body? So these tissues are help for the development and the morphogenesis. This morphogenesis means origin and development of the morphological character. So these tissues are helpful for the development or morphogenesis. The meristematic tissue are very important because these are the only tissues which add the new cells in the plant body. These tissues or meristematic tissues, they are composed of cells which are immature, not fully differentiated, and possesses the power of cell division. So in simple language we can define meristos as the dividing cells. That means it is the divisible because this cell possesses the power of cell division. They are called as the meristematic cells. Then the classification of meristem. So there are different classification of the meristems as per the position, as per the origin, as per the function, and as per plane of cell division. So first two classifications, that means as per the position and as per the origin, we are going to see today. So various systems of classification of meristem in the plants have been suggested by different authors. The important characters of meristems considered for the classification, that is the position of meristem in the plant body. So according to the position of meristem into the plant body, the meristem is divided into the apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Then the second part, that is the origin of meristem in the plant body. So as per the origin of plant body or the as per the origin, they are divided meristem into two types, that is the primary meristem or the secondary meristem. As per the origin means as per the nature of the cell, we can also call as. Third classification, that is as per the function. As per the function, the meristem is divided into protoderm, procambium, and fundamental or ground meristem. And the last classification, that is as per the plane of cell division, that is the mass meristem, plate meristem, or the rib meristem. So these are the four types of meristem classification. So first two types of classifications we are going to study in the today's lecture, that is the as per the position and as per the origin of the tissues. So here, as per the position, this meristem classification, there are three types, that is the apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and the lateral meristem. Then classification based on the nature of cell giving the meristem, that is the primary meristem or the secondary meristem. First we are going to study the apical meristem. So what is mean by apical? Apical means the meristems are present at the tip region or apices of the main stem. That means the meristems which are present on the main stem, lateral branches of stem, main root, and lateral branches of root in the higher plant body. Since the position of this meristematic in the apices, they are called as the apical meristem. These meristems add derivatives or new cells along the long axis of plant body, due to which the height or length increases, and the derivatives of apical meristem develops into the permanent tissue, which together forms the plant body. Then the second one, that is the lateral meristem. So lateral meristem, it occurs in the laterally in the long axis parallel to the side of axis in dicot and gymnosperms. From their position, they are called as the lateral meristem. This meristem consists of cells which divide periclinally, means parallel to the axis, and therefore the cells along the short axis and increases the diameter of the plant body. So the derivatives of this meristem develops into the secondary tissue and the growth in width or girth of the plant body, therefore called as the secondary growth. The cambium in vascular bundles in dicot and the phalogen or cork cambium are the examples of the lateral meristem. So the figures of this apical, lateral and intercalary we are going to see in the later slide. Then the intercalary meristem. So intercalary, that means it remains in the internodal region. The growth of long axis or patches or position of apical meristems gets separated from the apex and remain behind in the form of intercalary. Intercalary means in between patches in the permanent tissue. So due to the intercalary position, they are called as the intercalary meristems. So examples of intercalary meristem, these are observed in the stem and leaf sheath of many grasses. These meristems are internodal in position. The nodal region consists of permanent tissue, but internodal regions in early stages of growth show presence of meristem. The meristem in internodal region is required to increase the length and height of internodal region as per the genetic character of the plant body. So the examples of this intercalary meristem, that is the pinus. In the young leaves, that means we are calling as the needles of pinus, monocotyledon leaves with leaf sheath show the presence of short-lived intercalary meristem at the base. Still the growth of leaves is completely. Here we can see the graphical structure of the here we can see the structure of apical meristem of the root and shoot. The apical meristem, if you want to see the apical meristem, you can take the example of the hydrilla plant. So cut the tip of the hydrilla plant and then take the longitudinal section of that apex of the hydrilla plant. You can see the structure. This is the dome-shaped structure. Here apical region that occurs at the tip of the root, stem and leaves of the plant body. So this apical region that is composed of one or more cells, it is present in the growing tip. So it is called as the apical meristem, or it is called as the apical cell or apical initial. Cells maintain the individually and position. Sorry. Activity of this meristem causes the increase in length. As it is called as the dividing cells, it increases the length of plant body. It produces the primary structure of plant. Apical meristem is terminal in position in stem and subterminal position in the root. Here is the structure of apical meristem in the root region. So this apical, they are present in the lateral roots of apical region, in the tip of the stem or root and leaves. Okay. So next we are going to see the picture of the apical meristem in the shoot region. So you can see here the picture of the apical meristem in the shoot region. Here the number of apical cell varies in different plant groups. Lower plant groups usually have a single apical cell. In the lower plant, what happens? The apical cell have a single apical cell. For example, in Dictyota, Acetabularia, there is a single apical cell. This gymnosperm and angiosperm has the group of cells. As they are considered in the higher plants, gymnosperm and angiosperm has the group of cells. Then here is the diagram of the apical meristem. So here you can see the different pith region, apical meristem, how the growth is increased. Then the lateral meristem. Here you can see the apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary. Lateral, they are present below the apical and intercalary meristem. So these lateral meristems, it present parallel to the organ in which they occurs. It helps to increase the diameter, width, girth of the plant body. Increasing diameter by adding new cells to the existing tissue. They divide only in one plane. The dividing plane is the periclinal plane, and the example of this lateral meristem, that is the vascular cambium and the cork cambium. Also you can call as the phellogen for the cork cambium, and the cambium that is present in the vascular bundle in the dicot stem. Then third, that is we are going to study, that is the intercalary meristem. So intercalary, due to the intercalary position, they are called as the intercalary meristem. These intercalary meristems, they are present between the permanent tissue regions. Permanent tissue, here you can see the intercalary meristem. They are actively growing regions behind apical meristem. They are not typical meristem and commonly found in the internodal region of the vascular plants, which is having the phloem and xylem. Also in the leaf sheath of grasses, they are present above the nodes of equisetium. This intercalary meristem, they are positions of apical meristems that were separated from the apex during the development by layers of differentiated tissues. Then the next classification of meristematic tissue, that is the as per the origin or as per the nature, that is the meristem classification is divided into the primary meristem and the secondary meristem. Here primary meristems, they are the direct decussants of embryonic cell, continuously involved in the cell division and growth, and apical meristems are the best example of the primary meristem. So what happens during the primary meristems? The cells from embryonic meristems, which have retained their meristematic nature after the process of differentiation in the young growing embryo. This primary meristem, they are present in the apical region of root, shoot, appendages in the plant body. In dicot stem, in addition to this, the primary meristem exists in the vascular bundle in between patches of xylem and phloem in the form of vascular cambium. The apical primary meristems are responsible for addition of primary tissues in the plant body and for building up of the primary plant body. So this were about the primary meristems. Then secondary meristems. So this secondary meristems, that is developed from the permanent tissue. In many dicot plant, when the process of secondary growth adds secondary tissue in the central vascular region, some living permanent cells in the outer layer of cortex regain the power of multiplication or cell division, and it becomes the meristematic. The cork cambium and phellogen originating from epidermis, outer cortical cell or cell in other region during the secondary growth in dicot plants are the examples of the secondary meristem. The primary meristems is responsible for building of the primary plant body, and secondary meristem, that is the secondary tissue during wound healing process are responsible for producing the protective tissues like periderm and formation of wound healing process in dicot plant. The secondary meristem or cork cambium is responsible for the production of cork cells in the bark and region of many dicot trees. So this was about the classification of the meristem, that is depending on the position and as per the origin or nature. Today we have learned about the different type of meristem classification, that is the apical, intercalary and lateral as per the position, and as per the origin, that is the primary meristem and secondary meristem. Thank you.